Live on my end. Say it again. Yeah, we live right now.
We are live.
What
Hello, y'all. Welcome to this edition to Marriage, Business and Ministry.
What's going on? Hey, my name is Kelvin.
And I am Latanya.
And
we're the,
go ahead now.
And we are the Doolies.
We already did the intro. Man, it's such a pleasure. It's such a pleasure. I keep rocking the thing. It's such a pleasure to be on here with you guys. We messed up the intro. It is what it is. Long day. Listen, it's just a pleasure to be on here with you guys today. I'm excited about today. Today, I don't know if you guys are ready for these celebrities that we got on today. It is an honor for a little country boy like me to be able to be on with this wonderful couple. I had an opportunity to meet them last year for the first time. I had been introduced to them, I think, a year before last through Yomo Bucko. Yomo came through. He had did a segment with them, and we seen each other at a brewery, I think. And all he could do was brag about the greens. And I was like, man, I gotta meet him. You're talking about him like this. I gotta meet him. And he would say to me, he said, Kevin, you know how I do. Kevin, I think you and Derek got the same personality. Y'all do great together. Hey, what's up, y'all? How you doing, man? Y'all got that go get it. Y'all fun. Y'all speak the truth.
Absolutely.
And he had been trying to. I think he had been trying to get us to meet, probably like 2 or 3 occasions when I had seen him. But I was still, we was in the transition of trying to get the restaurant started, and we didn't get a chance to reach out. I said, man, they too famous for us. They might not want to talk to the little people.
Nah,
I'm joking.
Right.
I'm joking. So you guys came to the restaurant. We was on live.
Yeah.
And I had introduced myself on the live. And again, we had been talking on that live. I want to say at least a month. I know it was a month. I was going back and forth, just talking. Absolutely. And I don't know who was on the other side, but we kept sending messages to each other, trying to set it up. And the timing just wasn't right. But you guys made your way out to the restaurant. Came out, man, and when I saw y'all walking through the door, because you said you was coming, but you know how that is. Most people say, I'm on my way, but you know. So y'all guys end up coming to the restaurant. We got a chance to personally meet y'all. And from the door, from the gate, I fell in love with y'all personality and y'all integrity as a couple. And I saw what Yomo was talking to prior to even us saying hello to each other, just your presence.
Right.
Both of y'all got a presence about yourself. It's like, as Christian ministers and all that, we always talk about the anointing.
Right.
And when you guys walked through the door, it seemed like there was a radiance of the anointing of God. Not for the blessing, just that you were just good people.
Good people.
And it's rare that we find.
We love it.
Yes.
It's rare.
It's rare.
And it was an honor just to have you guys sit at the restaurant for no other reason. If you guys wouldn't have ordered anything, just because your presence was in our area, man, it made us feel
your fellowship. Wow,
so good, man. I'm just being honest with you. And a lot of times we don't get our flowers early, so I want to make sure that I gave y'all flowers, man. It was a pleasure and an honor to have y'all. And then you spoke to my daughter, which I don't let too many people do that. And you guys were so nice to my daughter. You know how it is. She's still young and influential. And because of your that aura and that energy you both had, I was okay with somebody speaking to my daughter. And I don't do that often. What's up, family? How y'all doing? Facebook. Listen, if you guys are on Facebook, please go to our YouTube channel. We are Marriage, Business, and Ministry. We have online on our YouTube channel, The Greens, all right? We just getting started. So please go over to YouTube. We're going to talk to you a little bit on Facebook, but YouTube is where you're going to be able to see them. I want you to meet this loving family, all right? Y'all forget the dirt on my. We just finished closing the restaurant up, so you know how that goes.
Yeah.
So we're going to do an introduction. We're going to do an introduction, and then we're going to dive into some of the questions, okay?
Let's go.
No problem.
So on today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Anita and Derek Green. Did I pronounce that correct?
Absolutely.
Derek Green. And founded in 2017 by Derek and Anita Green, Cooking with Greens has transformed from a cherished Facebook page into a pioneering culinary brand, celebrated for its dedication to healthy and wholesome home cooking. Their journey began welcoming viewers into their family kitchen through live, interactive broadcasts where they shared the joy of preparing meals together daily. Since then, they have flourished to YouTube and Instagram, continuing to captivate audience through their engaging, informative cooking shows, bringing with humor, wisdom, and unwavering passion for natural foods. In 2024, they opened their first retail shop, the Selden Market in Norfolk, Virginia. That's where you can buy all the seasonings, the cookbook. Yes, even you can get a chance sometime to meet them. The cookbook is filled with cherished family recipes, guides to a healthy cooking. Cooking with Greens stands out by making healthy eating not just accessible, but thoroughly enjoyable. I love the cookbook. I love that cookbook.
Great cookbook.
Yes.
Awesome cookbook. I haven't tried anything. Let me tell you why I haven't tried anything out the cookbook.
Right.
Let me tell you why I haven't tried anything out of it, right? And this is gonna be honest, right? The only reason why I haven't tried anything is because once you guys get to know me, you know I'm very competitive. I am extremely competitive, and I said I want to get them on our pull-up food battles. I was asked to do another season of it. It's a pull-up food battles where different chefs come in and we battle over a dish. Now I'm 30-4. I'm 30-4. I've only lost 4 times out of these 30 battles, and I said,
look. You know I was just on last season MasterChef, right? You know I was on last season MasterChef, right?
Listen, we ain't got to it yet, but listen. You
know I've been practicing my chop skills.
I told Gumbo. Say what now?
I said, you know I've been practicing my chop skills.
Listen, I told our producer, I told him this year if we do it, I want to know nothing. I want blind baskets the whole way. Because a lot of times what happens is people think they're fixed. They're not fixed. We're just, I'm passionate about what I do. I love what I do, all those things. So I put my all into this thing. I don't take shortcuts. So when I win, I win. I haven't. And then here's another thing, Chef. Here's another thing. We pick the judges out of the crowd. So it's not biased. So when they say you won, I won.
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is. I done beat a lot of people. My niece on here right now says she want a rematch. She really don't. I gave her some leeway. I showed her love. Yeah, I gave her a little leeway. All right, so we didn't get your introduction, man. So how about this? We did your introduction. How about you guys tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. You wanna?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, she's gonna make me work. Okay, so we're Derek and Anita Green. So just a little short synopsis of what got us to where we are now. About almost 8 years ago, kind of wanted to be healthier. I was feeling like I was a little older. I was breathing hard, doing things and eating things that I probably shouldn't be doing. So the first thing I did was started drinking water because water is life, but it was for showers and, washing dishes. So made it a drink. That's the first thing. And then we started cutting out some things. We cut out table salt because it's manufactured and started to cook. So I wasn't even cooking like 7.5 years ago. She's been the cook for the house. We had 6 kids and a bunch of grand, so she's been the main cook. So what we started doing was I started cooking and thinking about what we're cooking and what we're eating, what we're feeding our family, which turned into us starting to use pink Himalayan sea salt and some herbs for the beneficial reasons. And we started with 7 spice blends. A couple of them were no salt, but 7 spice blends. We use pink Himalayan sea salt in there, a little kelp so you get your iodine without going back to table salt, and then fruits and vegetables and beneficial spices. So we did that. That slowly went into cookware. So now we do healthier alternative cookware like non-stick, stainless steel, peel-proof, scratch-proof pans, and a lot of other stuff. From there, back in April of last year, we opened up our first physical location shop, which is going to be transitioning from just spice blends and cookware to total home. So we're going to be like a home brand. That's what most chefs start doing. They start with food, and you think of Martha Stewart or B. Smith. It slowly goes into home. And that's like the natural trajectory. So we're building there. We're downtown Norfolk in Selden Marketplace. What else can we tell them, babe? We've been married in a week and a half, right? The
On
16th of March, we'll be 40 years married. We have
in
40.
April.
or 0.
They've been
Just in
married
case you
40
heard that
years,
wrong.
man. We got the right ones on here.
40
Wow.
years married. We have 6 children and
15 grandchildren and 2 great granddaughters.
absolutely. I love when she will talk, so she made me do all the talking.
I love to hear mine
April
talk
will
too.
be in the store for 1 year.
Yeah, April's our 1-year anniversary in the shop.
Goals. So here's something that we have in common. You ready?
Okay. Don't say you've been married for 40 years.
We have 6 kids. We have 6
Okay.
kids.
Yes.
Next month we'll have our 14th grandchild,
Come on, y'all catching up.
and we've been married. So you guys got us on marriage. We've been married
Right.
for 23 years.
Oh, y'all been on the fast track.
Yeah, 40 years is a blessing, right? A lot of folks
Yeah.
don't see 5 years or 4 years. That's why
Right.
this platform is so important, that we talk about marriage, business, and ministry. And a lot
Absolutely.
of another thing that we're talking about is how we're able to do these things as a couple. The ups and downs of being their business owners just like us. They're business owners just like us. They've been married for 40 years. So they've seen
Right.
the fights. They've seen the I don't want to be here with you today. All those things they've worked through.
Absolutely.
So if you guys don't mind, man, you guys need to get pen and paper out and hear some of how they made it over and how they worked out some
Right.
of their differences when it comes to this. So marriage and business and ministry is a platform where we talk about because we've been doing it. We've been in this industry. I've been in it for 30 years, but we've been doing it as a couple for 10 years. And we
Okay.
want to empower other married couples that you can work together. You know how it's been said that how do you work with your spouse? I can't work with my wife.
Right.
Go to bed with her, sleep, wake up, go to work, and then try to repeat that whole thing. And there's no in between. But for me, I enjoy having my wife right by my side all through the day because I got
Right.
my friend with me. I have my lover with me. I have my peace with me. I have my understanding with me. I have the gray hairs that's growing out of the little bit of hair I got left. I got that as well.
Right.
So we're just going to talk about that a little bit. I got like 4 questions that we're going to
Okay.
talk about. I just want you guys just to share your hearts with this and let's encourage these other married couples that are on here as well. All right, here's the first question I got for you. What inspires you two to continue to work together? That's part A. And here's part B.
Okay.
Was it planned or did it just happen that way?
Sure.
Was it? Well, I think it was planned because you decided we should open up a store. And I'm like, well, I'm going where you going.
Well, before that, we were. I think because we weren't planning, number one, to even have a business. We didn't think we were building a brand. All we were doing was trying to make better choices for our family at the same, together. So that we went from initially just, I started walking because that's what I decided to do. That was the first thing I started to do. Started walking, and then at the same time, Facebook started doing Facebook Lives. So during my walk, I would say, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And that kind of translated into me going, "Hey, let's go in the house, and this is what I'm going to make. I'm going to prepare some stuff today. This is the kind of things that I'm eating." And then people didn't care. They wanted me to have my little jokey, regular, personal profile on Facebook. So we made a separate page, not thinking, "Hey, this is a brand we're building." So I think we just kind of got directed into building a brand. We didn't plan to work together. We just ended working together because we are best friends. We do everything together. We live together. Now we work together. We didn't work together, but now we work together because who to work with if you can't work with your best friend? You know what I'm saying?
Talking good, sir.
Yeah.
Talking
So
real good, sir.
that was it. I don't know if I had both of the questions.
You did.
Okay.
Yes.
You did. So
Okay.
so here's what inspired us to work together. My wife had been talking to me for a while about opening our own, being our own business owners. My passion was always catering. I always wanted to cater. We both were still in the military. So the transition was kind of hard. At the time, I was running 2 Panda Expresses at the same time, 2 Panda Expresses, and another concept. Plus, I was a E7 in the Army, and so I had all these things, and then trying to go to school. And then one day, I had the Steve Harvey speech, the jump speech. Sometimes you got to jump and know that your parachute not going to open as soon as you jump. But if you keep tugging on the string, eventually the parachute was open. I called my wife. She said, "Quit the job." Automatically, quit the job. Let's start our own. Because initially I was going to start with a food truck. I went to the job. You can see this with Chris Carrington. We did 2 episodes back. And me and him was on the line working. It was busy. We were working. I looked at him. He looked at me. And he said, "Get out of here and go start your journey." Right? Because he wasn't my GM. He was like the area manager. And he just told me that, "Man, just get out of here, man." Because he knew my dream and my passion too. But I ended up with a business partner at first. And not knowing he had a hidden agenda. He saw my work skills and my ethics and my ability to do certain things. But my wife just sat back and allowed me to see it for myself, because I was blinded. I was blinded with the fact that, let's open up this restaurant, not knowing it was supposed to be me and her and our daughter. So I had to revamp my whole concept. Once my partner was only with us for like 2 months, if that long. I think 2 months. Left, all that foolishness, right? And then it was just me by myself. I was in this restaurant by myself, nobody else, for a couple of months. She let me sweat it out. So because of that, we end up coming together that way. She ended up retiring, and then we end up coming into business together. So for us, it wasn't planned. It was planned, but it wasn't seen through in the beginning. But now I think I would never have another partner outside of the one I lay my head next to. I don't ever want nobody else. I don't think nobody else is worthy of what I bring to the table, vice versa. Outside of my partner. So for us, it wasn't. I was just inspired by her always telling me, keeping in the forefront, "Kevin, we need to do our own thing. Kevin, we need to do our own thing. Kevin, you too talented. Kevin, we need to be doing our own thing." So she was the one that really kept it in front of me. When I was trying to, let's go make the most money we can do. I can run other people's restaurants and get paid to do it. But you have to do your own. So that was our inspired thing. And was it planned for us? It was, because we had a business plan. We had written a business plan out, but it was for the food truck. It was never for the restaurant. And I'm gonna bless you with this one. Check this one out.
Right.
We walked into this business right here, not the one y'all went to in General Booth, one on College Park. We walked into this business with 2 refrigerators, a grill, 2 fryers, 2 sandwich tables, another refrigerator, and a little bit of product for $1,500.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you hear what I just said?
That's not enough.
He said, I just need you to pay the next month rent.
Wow. That is what's up. See, look at God.
Crazy. Hey, here's the other funny part, because me and you like to laugh and joke. Here's the other funny part.
Right.
I had to borrow the $1,500 from my wife.
Sound about right.
That sound about right, right?
Sound about right. Sound about right. Yeah, that's what that is. You know what? Who better to be in business and like covenant with what you want to do to make the world better, to make your family better, to make it, you know, your community better than your best friend and your wife. Definitely. 100,000%.
I love doing everything. And I say this with pride. I stick my chest out. I love doing everything. What's up, Remy? How y'all doing? I love doing everything with my wife. Everything.
Yep.
I took for granted having her presence. I took for granted not listening to her wisdom. You know, sometimes as men, we think we know it all. I took that for granted. Right? I took it for granted. I didn't. When she saw, I'm straightforward, so I got blinders on. I just see the end goal. My wife has the blinders off. Majority of the time, they see everything. I only see what's in front of me. And because of that, it has allowed me not to make a lot of mistakes. I made some, but I haven't made a lot of mistakes, because eventually I had to take a step back and be like, this woman right here got my back.
Absolutely.
This right here ain't gonna never tell me nothing wrong. I ain't gonna always like what she's saying. I know after 40 years, I know we ain't gonna always like what they're saying.
Not all.
Because
not all the time.
it goes against what we really know, what we think we know, right?
Right. Yep.
But at the end of the day, if you have a great wife like me and you got, I know we got great wives. You got a great wife, you know that they're going to give us the best advice we need to get to the next place that we're all trying to go as a family.
Absolutely.
Hey, we got a question.
Okay.
So here's a question you got coming up. It says, if I can ask a question for couples who have tried working together and notice that both parties have different systems or work ethics and are constantly butting heads, what necessary tools do you recommend? What necessary tools do you recommend couples to use that will help? Or what are some things that help you navigate those issues as a couple and business partner?
I would say, if you asking me, I would say conversation. I would say conversation. Probably one of the things that a lot of couples do not even do before they even jump into marriage. They don't talk. They don't say, what are your views? How do you stand on this? Are you lazy? Do you like to work? Do you want children? Would you want to be in business? So I think communication is probably the main tool that you're gonna need. Look, hash it out, talk it out, and then make sure that y'all are best friends. Because guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna look out for your best friend. You're gonna have a little more grace for your best friend when they do not agree. When you got 1,000 other best friends and your spouse is not your main best friend, you might be a little more abrasive to them than you would your homie. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna take everything that they say with a little more grain of salt. So that would be my two things. Like, make sure number one, your bestest friend. It's good to have you can have friends, you can have a bunch of best friends, but your bestest friend need to be your spouse, and then communicate. That'd be my two.
All right, Miss Nita. All right, Miss Nita. What tool would you say?
It's the same one, because as a woman, you think because you know it, he should know it too. But he can't read your mind, and you can't read his.
You talking good, sis. You talking real good right there. Because we battled that. I would assume, because she's been with me this whole time, that some things I don't have to say. But then she educated me. I'm not you. And I had to take it, man. I had to take it like she really isn't me. So I have to give her the communication that is necessary for her to get the results that I need. vice versa.
Absolutely. 100,000%. Yep.
Here's question number 2.
Question number
Okay.
2.
Miss Anita, I'm gonna let my wife. This going to you, sis.
I'm leaving.
What do you love most about working together, and has working together strengthened your relationship?
What's up, Ronald? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Check us out. Share the live, please.
Yes, it has straightened our relationship. It truly has. Because before we started working together, we barely saw each other. We rarely saw each other. We saw each other in passing. Now I open my eyes and I close my eyes with this man. We are constantly together. And I love every minute of it.
Yep. That's my boo.
Now, wait a minute. You telling the truth on that? You telling the truth on love every minute?
I do. Even when we fight, at the end, we think about it and we laugh about it.
Yeah, literally, it took us, we were married for 40 years. It probably took us 20 of those to realize, number one, we number one, can't have different viewpoints on things, and we don't, and no one has to lose. A lot of people go into discussions and conversations about, I'm gonna win this, or they lost, we won. It's okay to say what you think, what's on your mind. It's okay for her to say the opposite of what I have, and at the end of the day, we ain't going nowhere. We'll figure it out.
We ain't going to figure it out, right?
Yeah, we figure it out.
We ain't going nowhere. 40 years, okay. So for me, man, I love. Here's a true statement. I'm not lying. So we get about 6 hours sleep because we work until late in the night. I'm sure y'all know how it is.
About right.
They usually at the other restaurant for another 4 or 5 hours, maybe 5 or 6 hours. They're at the other restaurant. So that's about 10 hours we're not together. We probably fuss about 2 of the remaining hours that we got. So the other 12 hours, I love being with her.
Right. Yeah, we rarely are apart. If something happens where I have to be somewhere or she has to be somewhere, it's never like more than a couple of hours, right, babe? Would you say?
Except when you went to California.
Yeah. Oh, well, I had to leave you because I was at MasterChef, so they wouldn't let you come. But other than that, I'm sorry.
They wouldn't let her come to the MasterChef.
No, she could have came. I mean, she could have came and paid her own way, and then stayed in the hotel by herself. And
by myself.
She could have.
I wasn't doing it.
Yeah, you weren't gonna do that.
No.
And we didn't look, and I didn't know how long I was gonna be there either. No. And then we had a business to run. Like, we couldn't just stop our business indefinitely. So somebody had to pull she was the big dog for that time.
So how was your time on MasterChef? Listen, we talking to a celebrity chef on here. He was on MasterChef. Got a chance to meet Gordon. Who was the other guy? I can't remember the
Gordon, Joe Bastianich, and Aaron.
Aaron, yeah.
I forgot what Aaron's last name, but it was cool. So, long story short, they reached out to me from casting because they saw that I had a cooking show, and I happened to be in another contest from home with the Food Network, favorite chef, and it was like, it's like a popularity contest. I didn't have to cook nothing, so how did they know I'm even good? But I ended up being in the top 1%. So I did casting, reached out. They guaranteed me an interview if I wanted to go through it. That didn't mean I was automatically going to be on the show. So about 4 months worth of background checks. They wanted to know who my first girlfriend was, driving records, anybody I ever lived with, send in recipes, clothing, all kinds of stuff like that. They did that for about 4 months, and they said they were going to start shooting in October, and I heard nothing the entire October. So I was like, all right, whatever. I want these stupid MasterChef anyhow. And then November comes, the 1st of November comes, and they're like, it was a Monday, and they said, you fly out Friday. So it literally was like that. When hundreds of thousands of people try out, every season. 30 get to be on TV. I was one of the 30 that made it to television. I was able to cook for 5-star chefs. They tasted my food, said it was delicious. Of course, they had some critiques because I didn't win. And they said it was seasoned well. So that was the 2 things I did well. So
it's like our season is in.
yeah. Well, that was part of my
You stuck
recipe.
the seasons in.
That was part of my recipe, but it was super easy to do. So yeah, it was really good, and I think I did well. And I feel like when people ask me did I win, I always say yeah, I won. I made it to TV. So I think I did well.
Okay. Okay.
So we did. I got cast. I got. What was that? I got interviewed for Food Network, Battle of the Beach or something like that, because they had saw just like you. They had saw the pull-up food battles, the battles that I was doing, and wanted me to get in the competition. But because I didn't do seafood, they passed me by. But I told them that's not a cuisine.
So
I
why
can't
don't you do seafood? Sidebar.
Well, they asked me. I do see. I do everything.
Oh,
But they in the shows they saw, they didn't see me. They didn't see me doing seafood.
Oh, I got
it was a battle on the beach. So when they talked, go ahead.
Before this, they reached out to me for not Supermarket Sweep, the one where they have the
groceries.
They're in the grocery store parking lot, and you have to go buy the groceries, whatever that one is, and then come and cook. Yeah, but they wanted a full-time chef, which I'm not, or a caterer. So that I didn't do that one at all. So
you know what I'm saying then, yeah. So you
yeah. It's just But you on the list now. If they that list rolls like this is what I hear. They're gonna call you for something. Right. Yep.
They need to, because listen, I still got a little itch in me.
There you go, bro. You gotta prove it me. All right.
I just had a comment. June's Babe Max said, I love that. No one has to lose. When you was talking about communication, a lot of times in the early stages, somebody got to win. Somebody got to win. When you get to the point where no one has to win, we just work this together, work it out. She was saying no one has to lose.
There's no losers in communication. No losers in communication. Nobody. Yep.
All right. Next question. Okay. What was the moment that made y'all say, sweetheart, we really work great together?
I would say when it got to the point in 2019 where we were both working, because we moved down here from New Jersey, thinking we had jobs here, and those jobs fell through before we even got all the way here with our furniture and everything. So we literally got here with no job and no place to live. So we stayed in the hotel until we could find a place to live that would let us pay 3 months ahead of time. So we had to go. I went from a supervisory job to the front guy at the desk saying, good morning, have a great day. And my wife had to work at
don't say the name of the place.
A dollar type store.
They really bad.
Campus Stella. But so we got I have to say more. So we literally were working and we started going harder with our brand. We were like, let's do pop-ups, let's do this kind of thing. And we realized that we would make more money doing our pop-ups than we were making, for like a weekend, that we were making like 2 weeks working together. So when she quit in August of 2019, because we needed to keep our packages going out because people were ordering things, and then I quit in February of 2020, we couldn't do nothing but say, you know what, this thing is a thing. Because after February, what happened after February 2020? I literally quit on the last day of February 2020, and March 2020 is COVID.
Yeah.
So literally everything shut down. It was scary at the time because we had just got accepted for something in the water as a vendor. We bought like tents. We were like, we're gonna go full time on this thing. We crunched the numbers. This is what we make when we do go. If we go full time, we should be good. And it was scary, but that month, March, Tabitha Brown, we all know Tabitha Brown. She started using our spice blends, and
wow.
we probably made 30 grand that first month. We never made that kind of money.
She actually put us in her cookbook.
Yeah, and we're in our best-selling cookbook, and
Oh, wow.
so so I mean, now she's with McCormick. It's fine. We love Tabitha. She's the best ever. But it was a blessing to be in the right place at the right time when we were afraid. It wasn't something that we would ever have planned to say, let's just jump out here right when the world closes. But it was good. Once we found out that we could work well together, we were great. She is my better half. I couldn't do it without her. 100,000%, I couldn't do it without her.
I'm glad to hear that, man.
I'm getting points right now.
Let me give you something that's funny, right? You're gonna like this one. That's why I'm glad I got the opportunity to talk to you.
Absolutely.
It was 2020, February, when it was March when everything closed down in 2020, where I'm saying me. I didn't say this to her, but me. There was nobody in here but us. Me, my wife, my daughter. I may have had one employee, maybe two at the time. But we had to survive. Because this was our only means of income. We didn't have anything else coming in.
Same. I hear you.
This was our only means of survival. And together, my brother, you made 30. I think we did about 80 that month. Something like when I tell you, because you had to close everything down. All it was takeout. So we had to close everything up.
Look at that, man. That's awesome, bro.
But because we had already established our takeout and delivery, we had just really got it started.
Really?
That blew up. So that was the first time we ever, just like you, seen sales, seen numbers like that.
Man,
I was like, sweetheart, we got to get over this $500 a day hump.
Absolutely.
$500 a day, and you got to feed a family. Man,
yeah, you absolutely. I understand.
Listen, God is raining down now.
Absolutely.
But that was when I came to the realization we can do this, and we get together with the circumstances that we're facing, the adversities that we're facing, the obstacles that are in front of us, and we sat down together and we thought it out, we planned it out, and we executed the plan to the best of our abilities. And watch this. It took us to communication, because we had to start communicating, because we had to figure the small pieces out. And we started doing it together. And then I realized I don't never want nobody on my side outside of the one that's going to tell me, because I'm stubborn. I'm bullheaded. I am that guy.
Most of us are.
I am that guy. But for her to keep me level-headed and to keep the vision in front of me, because there's sometimes we get discouraged. I'm sure I'm telling you something you don't already. I'm sure she keeps you encouraged and vice versa. We can do this. Right. It was March 2020 when everything shut down. I was like, man. And then my daughter was Kiana. She's 18 now. So what, 12, 13, 11, 12?
Yeah, she was in middle school.
And for her to step up at 11 or 12 years old to be like, Daddy, I trust what you're saying at that age, and follow my lead. My wife follow my lead. And as a man, I'm like, man, I got these people depending on me, and they're following what I'm asking, and we're seeing the results. That's when I knew. I knew together. You can't take that away from me. I knew then we was gonna make it. Now, somebody has a question. Communication is so important. Always be considerate of each other's opinions, which is great.
Absolutely.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to listen. That used to be my hard part.
It doesn't, especially when you think you got the answer already.
I got the answers. I know this. This is my industry.
Right. Till you hear a better answer, you be like, you know what?
That makes sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Man, that was good, man. Yeah,
My
man,
wife,
I'm
look,
so
my wife writes so often. I usually be like, I knew that. But that's our inside joke. I always said. I was like, I already knew that. I was just testing you.
you already knew that, right?
Mhm.
So you say that. This is what I do. I just
Yeah.
look and I walk off, man, because I don't want her to be right. Hey, it don't
we
feel
got, we
good to
gotta
know
be
that
better,
man,
bro.
she's
We gotta be
more right than
better.
me. We got
We
to be
gotta be
better,
better.
right?
Yes, you do.
Hey, listen, your husband on my side.
Right.
Hey, guys, listen, I'm glad you guys on here, man. You get to see the interaction. This is what
Yeah.
40 years of marriage look like, 23 years of
Absolutely.
marriage look like. We're able to laugh, sit, talk about old times, man. Being married is a wonderful thing. I think it's the greatest
It is.
thing in the world. Be
It is.
married to your best friend, the person
Absolutely.
you love. I think it's the greatest thing in the world. So those that are on here right now that are married, and you're going through some of the ups and downs of marriage, I promise you, if you look at these two couples right here, there's some laughter in there. There's some great times in there. There's some fun in there.
Absolutely.
Just keep going, keep pushing towards it all, and just know that your marriage has success attached to the other side. You just got to work through everything to get there. You guys
Right.
will
And
get
just
there. I
remember,
promise
absolutely. And just
you. Go ahead.
remember, we, especially us, and probably y'all too. We are not coming up in a time like the people that are coming up now, where they are exposed to everything, and everything they're exposed to looks like it's perfection, whether it's on social media, on TV.
Take that.
So when your relationship doesn't line up, like, oh my God, we're not flossing. He ain't saying this to me. I ain't got flowers every day of the week. This what we not, something is wrong. Look, don't be fooled by the fake perfection. Because
What? Wait a minute. Say that again. Hold on. Don't skip that. Say that one more time.
don't be fooled by the fake perfection. Because a
Don't be
great marriage,
fooled by the fake perfection.
because a great marriage has flaws. Because anything that is great has failed first, has gone through failures, has any whether it be a company I used to sell electronics for Macy's. I was an electronic when they used to have electronics. I was a department manager, and one of the things that they used to teach us about one brand named Mitsubishi. You ever heard of that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They make cars now and motorcycles, but they were making TVs and electronics at the time, right? And their first product was a rice cooker that burnt rice. But once they became successful in their successes, all that disappeared. So you got to make those failures to get to those successes. So
That's good.
that's all. That's the one thing I would say. Like I feel bad. Sometimes I feel bad for the young kids. I'm like, man, they think all this perfection is reality.
Right.
So don't get caught up in that, man.
I'm gonna reiterate. I'm gonna reiterate what he just said. What he just said. Let me tell y'all something, man. I don't care what he just said was one of those. This ain't no little pebble. He just gave you a boulder of a nugget. Don't be fooled by the fake perfection in other marriages. Don't be fooled by the fake perfection in other marriages. You have to go through certain things. And in every successful marriage, business, whatever it is, ministry has always faced some type of failure, because you can't grow without failing, without falling short. So that alone is dynamic. If I don't get nothing else out of this conversation, don't be fooled by fake perfection. That was key.
That's it, boy. But I should pass around the plate, right?
Need to pass the plate. Yeah,
pass the plate like we used to do.
So Betty Lumpkin said, I love how Nita will finish Derek's conversation. You've been together so long. She knows what she's trying to listen. She knows what she's trying to say.
Absolutely right.
I like that. She finished your sentence because she know what she wants you to say. I like
absolutely. That's like she's trying to say.
Regina Freeman said, keep going. Liz Jones said, amen. Antoine Newsom, he's a pastor here in the area, man. He says y'all are 13. He's talking about us and you guys, man. I love this conversation. We got how many more? Man, we've been on here a long time, man. You don't be on here this long. And y'all got me intrigued, man. I love this conversation, man. I love you guys. I know you guys hear that cliché, but from a distance, man, I have really admired y'all, man. I love to see y'all doing so much stuff together. And let me tell you something. I saw you the other day doing that wedding suit, man. And I was laughing in the background because Anita kept saying balls, 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 balls.
Absolutely, bro. She need
I
help.
said they having too much fun over there.
She need help sometimes. She look at my mom and I here. My mom's 87. She lives with us. And she be having a fit. She a church lady. My mom is like, hey, don't be so lewd. You can't say boss. She'll forget we are full grown adults.
Bro, I say that to my mom. I'm a grown man.
I know
This
she
woman
forgets
gave us.
sometimes.
What are you talking about?
Absolutely.
Man, I love the laughter in this. Let's go to what's the next one?
Next question. How do you handle work disagreements?
Here you go, Cece. Here you go. Here's your question.
Without allowing it to affect the relationship, and do you set boundaries with work and personal life?
Oh, you said when we have work disagreements,
how do we settle them?
How do we settle it? We usually discuss, again, like I was saying, communicate. We usually discuss. And yes, we do have work disagreements because sometimes Anita likes to do stuff a certain way. And she don't really want me to deal with the things that she feels comfortable with. And then sometimes I think I have all the answers.
I have organization skills. Some people lack.
Wow. So pretty much what we do is we just discuss it and agree upon something, because just trying to win, trying to be right. Let's agree. Okay, at this time, let's not do it this way. Let's try it your way, or whatever it is. And does it ever bleed over into our personal? Was that the other part?
Right.
I gotta
do you set so in a relationship? Do you set boundaries with work and personal life? You set the boundaries.
Set boundaries. We thought about that, and we said yes. I think we do.
Yeah, we try to.
When we leave work, and this was my mentality when I worked for someone else too. If it happens, if it doesn't get done within that 8 hours, it's not today's work. So we have a cutoff time for when our shop closes. Guess what we ain't dealing with at home? Shop stuff.
That's good.
Tomorrow we're gonna deal with that. That's tomorrow's work. If we ain't get it done today, that's tomorrow's work. Because you gotta have time where you have to kind of chisel out some time where you're not feeling like it's all about a work relationship. Like we try to date each other. We try to go out there once in a while, just thing that you don't do with your coworker. Like I tell her she's beautiful, I love you, that kind of stuff. We hold hands, things like that. So you just keeping her my girlfriend when we at work. Sometimes we keep she my girlfriend at work too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People like, boy, get off me, boy. So yeah.
so Betty Lumpkin says she believes in not bringing work home. Like that idea. So for me, let me tell you and maybe you can help me out with y'all 40 over my 23. I go all day, all night, because I know what God showed me 10 years ago. Right. And right where we're at now is what I saw 10 years ago. So if I'm already seeing 10 years now, I'm already another 5 or 6 ahead. So for me, it's hard for me sometimes, and educate me on this. After 40 years, sometimes it's hard for me to shut that off, because I want to reach that goal that I now see that's 5 years down the road. So sometimes I'm up late at night. My wife will be asleep. I'm up doing certain things. I'm researching online certain things, or I'm trying to figure out different recipes. I want to figure out what's the next thing, what's the next direction, because we're trying to open up a drive-through restaurant is the next goal. Do you buy the land? Do we doing this? So my mind is always there. And, you know, are we going to use investors? Are we going to use our own finances and all those things, man? And so I never shut off. And every day, I don't care where I'm at, I want to talk numbers. And sometimes I neglect her in giving her the boyfriend or the dating that she needs. Even when we go on a date, sometimes to clear my mind, I play my little game because I want to get away from the thoughts of the next. But I neglect her and then focus on this because I allowing me to think. And I like to think. But it's allowing me to think that I'm not giving her time.
You just got to clearly delineate your lines. Like,
think about this. You did 23, right? Do you want 23 more?
I want 40 more.
Then you gotta change. You can't do the same thing every day and expect a different result. It's not gonna happen. That's insanity.
And then you said that this was God showed you this plan. I guarantee you, God didn't say to make it take away from your ministry with your wife. With your
you don't look around and be like, dang, I should have. When you can can do it right now.
Right.
That's what your kids, that's what your business, everything. There's nothing wrong with having drive. You got to delineate your lines. You got to be like, you know what? This is work stuff, and this is what time work stuff stops. This is wife stuff. This is what time family stuff happens.
I want you to take her hand right now and kiss it.
I'm going. She about to.
Look at her.
Hey,
I'm kissing that new hairdo too.
Your business is still thriving. You still got stuff to do, but she smiles.
It ain't called.
Hey, she smiles because I'm a good man. How about that?
There you go. And you gotta invest. You gotta invest the same kind of fervor in your relationship as you do. You know, that same vision, that same, hey, I wanted to grow to this. That right next to you got to be the same way. You can't be like, this gonna be all right when I get back to it. You gotta be like, if I'm growing this, I gotta grow this. If I love this thing that I'm doing here as much as I love that, then I gotta the same.
That's
so
good.
Yep.
That's good word. That's wisdom.
Let me see.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the name said when the two of you come home, it's about sweet things other than work, which is good, which is true. I'm gonna be honest with you. For me, that's sometimes it's hard.
It is hard
because I don't shut off sometimes. And then when it's time to play husband and wife, I'll be expecting her to give me, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't given her her need sheet so that when it's that time to play husband and wife. Listen, I don't just
You're making a rock right now, bro. You're making a rock.
hey, big bro, I don't want just a here it is. I want that ooh wee.
Agreed.
Hey, I don't want that just because we married. You can have it. I want that. I want to give it to you. That's the one I want.
Absolutely.
But I'm always honest in that when I talk to other couples, don't look at because I'm really driven, and sometimes that is a hindrance. But after so many years, just like you said, I'm learning. I learned that at year 17 or 18. Now that we're in 23, I'm still trying to develop those things, but I really recognize, and I keep in the forefront my shortcomings when it comes to that. So I'm always honest in these type of platforms. Don't do like me because I sometimes I hold on to the you're not good enough. I don't know if nobody else had that, but you're not good enough. And to see things working the way they are, I still like the pats on the back when I used to get the you ain't push you out the way. You just some big old black thug looking guy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now I get the pat on the back and the rub on the shoulders from others. I neglect this because I want that some more because I heard over so many years.
Hey, right.
Thing, you know what I'm saying? So that's me.
Right. No, that's honest.
Yeah.
That's honest. So that's what I'm saying. I'll be honest so that other married couples can be like, man, okay, I'm going through that same type of thing as well, but knowing that working through it as a couple is possible.
Right.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this
Absolutely.
question: in your endeavors, have you guys ever did any type of or been to any type of counseling, or you guys just work things out over your number of years?
We haven't been
We've
to
never
any
been to
counseling.
counselor, no.
I don't think we even did counseling when we got married.
Nope.
Oh,
We
so
didn't either.
bad. So
We didn't
bad.
either.
Well, my dad married us, so he was a pastor at the church. So, but yeah, no, we haven't, and we've been through some stuff, and we just kind of like worked it out through prayer, through actually community. That's when we really got strong. When things was weak, that's when we really got strong, because we were like, you know what, we got to do this. Is this something that we want to do? Do we want to continue this forever? Then what do we need to do, each one of us, to change to be better for each other? So yeah,
That's good,
no,
man.
no counseling though. We
No
counsel
counseling.
ourselves and then counsel with God. And ain't no wrong. And I'm all for counseling. Like,
Yeah.
talk to somebody. Everybody don't got somebody. Everybody can't talk to you, to your wife or your husband, and everybody don't know how to talk to God. So guess what? God put people in place to help you work them things out. Work them things out. Don't leave them things inside your head. Them things need to come
So
out.
a couple of episodes back, we had Dr. Arthur Tigney on. We were speaking about mental health, and he actually does counseling. And we talked about the importance, because we didn't go through counseling either. And the one time we were going to go through the counseling, the counselor was trying to get us to be loving and not getting us to understand each other. They wanted us to kiss and hold hands. I wasn't ready to kiss and hold hands. I was ready to get down.
We got beef right now, sir.
Yeah, we can listen. My kiss is gonna be like that fooled by fake perfection. That kiss is gonna be a fake kiss because that kiss ain't gonna solve or resolve the bottom line of the issue. It's just gonna deal with the surface. I can deal with that. Here you go, because we married. I want the ooh-wee out of it. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to the root so I can get another 20, 25 years.
That's gonna be my saying now.
No, it's not.
Well, let him borrow the nigga. He can borrow the nigga.
No. No. Trust me.
Sometimes I get up in the morning and I apologize right away. I'm like, I'm gonna be extra today. Just I'm gonna apologize right now.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't need no help. I don't.
That's funny. That's funny.
They saying we're giving good advice, man. Hey, man, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it, man. Thank you guys so much, man. It's great to be able to have, and I think a lot of times, maybe you guys, I don't know if you guys are like, we don't get a chance to really hang out with a lot of married couples. Number one, we stay so busy. We stay so busy.
Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff going on, but I feel it's valuable, especially when you got 40 years, even to our 23. Right. Most people say 23 is a long time, but when you get it is a long time. But when you're able to sit down and have conversations with a 40, that's more wisdom than and they can help without the counseling, maybe give us better understanding of direction, better understanding of how to work through certain things. What's up, Melissa? How you doing? Better ways of, when we got 20 something years old, this is what we did. Right. We were able to get to 30. And when we got to 30, this is what we did to get to 32. To get to 35, to get to 40. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's so we do that same thing when we deal with people and they talk to us about being married 23. I know without a shot of a doubt, at year number 10 and year number 13, that's when the big fights come. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I don't want to be married no more. But when you can hit 15,
sometimes them that first 5.
Oh man, don't talk about 5. What's up, Melissa? Don't talk about 5.
You take 5 years trying to change the person and then realize, you know what, I got to live with the person. Let's see if I really love them. Right. So for me, I like the fact that we have been on this platform, had a chance to meet a lot of I praise God for this, that we've had a chance to come encounter with great couples. I mean, great couples. We haven't met any foolishness yet. We haven't met people that don't want to see their marriage going next level or want to see time in their marriage. Right.
So I'm grateful again to have you guys on with the 40-year wisdom and being business owners and doing it together with a smile on your face.
Right.
Because there's not a lot of, I know a lot of folks, man, that's married. They've been married about as long as us, and they cannot work together. And I can't understand that for the sake of my life.
Absolutely.
But they
They
can't.
ain't friends. They ain't friends because you always want to be around your friends. That's
I always
really
want to be around my friends.
that's
That's
really
good.
the thing, dude. They never became friends. I know a lot of people that are married to these days, and they are not friends.
You're loving
They
things.
literally they're not friends. I mean, there ain't no way else to say it. Like they're their wife and husband, but they ain't friends.
Right.
I'm not gonna
Right.
spend no. I don't want to spend no time with you. I got friends that I spend time with. You know, they didn't learn how to become friends. So that's really what destroys a lot of it, I think.
It is.
The communication and friendship. That they got to be your best friend. You know what I mean?
That's
the
what-
guy you didn't grow up with can also be one of your best friends, but your best friend right there.
So Patrice Johnson said, I was married for 36 years before I lost my husband in 2020. I loved my marriage, and I would do it all over again with the same man if I could. He was my best friend. He was
There
my
you go.
best friend.
Do you see that kid? That
But that's
last thing?
36 years being able to say that. I would like to hear what the year number 15, because at 15 I want to put one of them Russian sippers on him, man.
Unless they was way smarter than us and thought it and talked it out,
Yeah,
and figured
man.
it out and all. You know, we ain't the best now. Come on. You might have had it perfect.
Well, I was, so Regina says, well, when I was mad, when I was mad, I headbutted, then gave my husband the kiss he asked for.
What?
I knew
Please
I
say
was
that's
mad.
not Regina Freeman. That's my sister. You
She
know
said
that.
she did a head, but she said she had but somebody.
Was it Regina Freeman? Was it Regina Freeman?
Yeah, Regina Freeman.
That's my sister, and something wrong with her, bro.
Regina said
That's
she
my
had
youngest
17.
sister.
Hey, listen, 17. You done crossed over at 17. The big fights are almost over.
Absolutely.
All right, so we got the last question, man. The last
Okay,
question gonna be, man. I hate to get off, man. I really have been enjoying this conversation, man. That means we got to have dinner or something soon.
We definitely have to do that. And look, and sidebar, if you want some good food, man, these guys. Where am I pointing at? I feel like I'm on like the Partridge Family. These people right here, boy,
they can cook,
bro. My one favorite thing, other than cooking for people that I love, is eating some food that I know some people cooked and prepared and had love and care in, and it's delicious.
passionate about
Man,
it.
look, this guy right here. Am I pointing at him, y'all? I feel like I'm pointing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Go that way. Go the other way.
I feel like a Brady Bunch. I feel like. Look, the one time we got a chance to come there. First of all, he gave us everything on the menu. I think we ordered a bunch of stuff and then he threw some extra stuff in there.
We went home and took a nap. It was just so good.
That's some food for you. That's some food for you. And definitely when we get this Notch Fest together, man, you definitely got to be a presence. 100,000%.
We're going to be doing the chef thing together.
We're doing that too. Chef Fest.
Yeah. I'm gonna be there with you. But you inspired. I saw you doing it, and we always want to give back to the community. I love that. We used to do the in Hampton. What was that?
Tastefully Yours.
Tastefully Yours. We
didn't do Tastefully Yours the last year before last. I think but we did donate a lot of our stuff like pots and pans and stuff like that for the silent auction. We did that. Yeah, I was just talking to the head of the food bank at the NASA thing that I was at, and I'm trying to connect them somehow to the food festival too. So it's good to know people, bro.
It's great to know people.
It's good. It's good. It's good to know people. Yep.
To know people. So here's the last one, and then we're gonna get off of here.
All right. If you make us.
What advice would you give couples deciding to start a business together or create a brand together?
No, I told you. I feel like I was trying to answer all the questions, so I'm trying to give her a chance.
You see, mine don't say nothing too, man. I'm in the same boat, man. They just make us look good.
You all right, girl? You sit right there.
Absolutely the same stuff. Okay. It's a business just like a marriage is. It's a partnership just like a marriage is. So I think the same rules that we've been saying through this whole hour apply. Be their best friend, especially I can see if it's just any other partner, but if it's your husband or your wife or your partner, if you engage, whatever, be their best friend, communicate, allow yourself to make mistakes. Matter of fact, I'm like this with my mistakes. Because I know I done learned something and I'm getting better.
Right.
I break, bro. I get, oh man, I done made another mistake. That means we almost there.
Right.
So yeah, just embrace your mistakes. You know, people are afraid to fail these days. Like that's the steps to getting great. It literally is. But
and
yeah,
if it's yours, you gotta go more than 100% because it's yours.
Right.
You want it to succeed. If you can work hard for somebody else, you need to work harder for yourself.
absolutely. Absolutely. Like there's no such thing as 50-50. Like they say, when you're in the wedding and the marriage and whatever, you're 50-50.
No.
If you go into any partnership naturally and that partner is given 50%, that's not the right partner for you. Like you need to be given 100, 100.
That's
Right.
100. Y'all need to be coming out the gate with 200%. Because guess what? They going hardest they can, and I'm going the hardest I can. I don't want you if you give it 50. Because that's not going to do nothing for me. They ain't going to do nothing for me. I need all of you.
That's real good advice. Because we have been taught the 50-50 is the way to go.
Yeah.
No, sir. I want 100. If I'm gonna give you 100, don't give me 50.
Exactly.
We need to be walking away with 200%.
Talk good to them. That's real talk.
Absolutely. Plus, sometimes.
Plus. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure. It's been a long day for us. We sat down and tired, but man, this conversation, man, those of y'all on Facebook, YouTube, go back and rewatch this and get some of these nuggets that the Greens have been dropping, how they work through some of the things, their 40 years, all those things, man. You guys, there's wisdom in these podcasts that we're doing. We're doing this for you guys. Marriage, business, and ministry, man, can be done with your spouse, can be done successful, even in the shortcomings and all those other things. You communicate like Mr. Green was talking about, Ms. Green was talking about. Keep communication in the forefront. Let's talk about this thing. Let's work through some of these issues because I ain't going nowhere, nor are you. So we got to work through these things.
Absolutely.
It was meant for me to. So Cece says it was meant for me to see this live. It was meant for us to be able to get these celebrities on here with us.
This guy.
we doing big. We got celebrities on here, man. Somebody know us, man.
Right. And make sure you guys check out J&K Island Grill. You say you opened up the second one? Is it the same name?
So everything is J&K Style Grill. Yep.
Style Grill. The other thing is, do you have a website?
J&K Style Grill. JNKStyleGrill.com.
Because I was about to do my shout outs, and we are Cooking with Greens, cookingwithgreensfamily.com. You can buy all of our products, our pots, our pans, our spices. You can do cooking classes and spice classes, and then we are Cooking with Greens on all platforms. So booyah.
Booyah. All right, this is it, man. Last word. Y'all got to last. Mr. Nita, please give us a last word to these couples that are in business together, because we look at business, ministry, and marriage. We've been in ministry for 18 years together, married 23 years.
Wow.
Marriage, ministry. Was it marriage? We've been married 23, business. We've been in business 10 years, and then in ministry for 17.
Yeah.
I tried to figure it out, man.
You did.
It's gonna work. Give me the last word. Give me the last word, Miss Green, on what would you say to these married couples that are in this for the long haul?
Don't let other people influence you. Whatever works for you works for you. Don't let nobody try to change your mind for what works for you.
Wow.
That's good.
That's real good. Y'all got that? Don't be influenced by others.
I even got it.
All right, Mr. Green, throw something at me, man. What would you say?
What's the question again?
What was the question again?
Hey,
you know me and him joking too much. I forgot the
Derek is
question.
such a great student if he can only listen.
What advice would you give for couples about the couples? What did I say?
You just forgot you did it.
Listen, my partner's supposed to know, right? Well, what would you say? Something good to the people. How about that?
Closing remarks. Look, look. Have as much grace as you would want for yourself for your spouse. That's another little key. Have as much grace as you would want given to you for your spouse. That's another key to get to year 1, 5, 10, 20, 20. Because you forget, you start going into it and saying, man, how come they ain't perfect? And you forgot to look at yourself.
Wow.
That's good.
That's it. I can't give you all my little nuggets.
Oh, you got that? We got to say that for another time. We got to say. Well, listen, man. Thank you again. It was an honor to have you guys spend your
absolutely. It's fun.
With us, man. We really, I really, truly. Again, I don't have a lot. I don't even make time for a lot of couples. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to deal with the negativity. You know what I'm saying? I don't got over all that. But sometimes I need to be there to listen, though. But it has been an honor, really an honor getting a chance to talk to you guys and be in your presence and still feel that same aura coming from you guys, man. I know it's genuine. I can tell you love each other. I see it on live all the time, man.
Right.
And I hope that everybody see how much I love. I call her my benediction. You know, in church, your benediction is the last. Nobody else will come after that.
I love it. I never thought about it like that.
I gave you that nugget. That's one for you, Doc.
Okay,
Nugget. You can drop all them nuggets. I gave you mine.
I'm a little more ghetto. I just call it my boo-boo stanks.
I love it, man. Well, listen, we're gonna get out of here, man. My name is Kelvin.
I'm LaTanya.
And we're the Doulas, man. And this is Marriage, Business, and Ministry, man. Thank you guys so much for being on with us, man. Let's set a date soon. Let's really set a date to do something.
Let's do that. You know we ain't got but one day off, but we're gonna make it happen.
We're gonna make it work.
Hey, listen, my one day off, I'm still working. That's on Sunday.
Say, oh yeah, because you probably at the church.
Yeah.
We ain't even got that off.
Church, so
we straight heathens right now. I know the church was like, when they coming back.
Man, thank you guys, man. Y'all have a wonderful night, man. Thank you guys again. Appreciate you.
All right, we appreciate y'all too.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, look, we're gonna close this out here, Facebook. Y'all look over.